I think they used to refer to this as TGIF.
Thank God it's Friday.
Did you ever see that movie?
No. I've been to the restaurant.
Yes. Well, it was a movie, I think, also in the late 70s or early 80s. I never saw it myself, but I know of it. But it is Friday for those of you who work Monday through Friday. This is the day that you get to say so long for the weekend, kick back, relax, head out to the lake, out to the ball yard.
Yes.
Wherever it is that you're going to enjoy your weekend. And we hope that it is a great weekend. So that leads into our weather forecast. By the way, I'm Mike Smith along with Aaron Glandon. Dan Ramey is off this week. He'll be back with you Monday. I'll be on assignment next week. Sunshine today, and for most of the day tomorrow, there is a slight chance of a pop-up shower or thunderstorm on Saturday. Probably a better chance of showers and thunderstorms on Sunday. And highs will range in the mid to upper 80s. So there you have it for your forecast. I think while most of us stayed dry last night, Hocking County had a deluge that poured in on them. They had a flash flood warning posted for a while there in Hocking County. So that's the way it goes sometimes with these pop-up thunderstorms. You may be dry as a bone, but somebody else is really getting it. So expect some of that type of weather possibly over the weekend, hit and miss. A bunch of stuff to tell you about to get your weekend started, all in our topics. All that coming up here on Litter Media Live. Accurate heating, cooling, and plumbing. Over 4 decades in the, as they say in Oklahoma, the business, as your trusted comfort advisor. Give them a call if you are installing, whether it's residential or business, or you need something fixed, or you need something new in the line of heating, cooling, and plumbing. Give Accurate a call and get a good estimate. I think you'll be satisfied also with the service that you get with the product. Accurate heating, cooling, and plumbing.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When ensuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
Introducing the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. We want to put your pet in the spotlight. Pets with paws to pets with fins. If they gallop, crawl, or slither, play fetch, or simply curl up and snuggle. Send us a photo of your pet and we'll announce a new pet each week. And one pet will be crowned Pet of the Year. To nominate your pet, visit littermedia.com. Click on Pet of the Week. Tell us about your pet and be sure to include a photo. Watch Litter Media Live each Thursday for the announcement of the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. No purchase necessary. Contest applications must be from Ohio residents and at least 18 years old.
Life. It can get on top of you quickly, can't it? But with 211, it only takes one step to get connected to the help you need. 211 is always available to help. So get in touch today.
Pain was interfering with Tiffany's active lifestyle. Same-day hip replacement at the Adina Orthopedic and Spine Institute got her back to the community she calls home. At Adina, we do what we love, so you can too.
Hello? Going on right now is Hometown Motors Incorporated's summer sales event. While supplies last, they have new riding tractors starting at $1699.99, new zero-turn mowers starting at $3399.99, new walk-behinds starting at $399.99, new chainsaws starting at $279.99, blowers starting at $199.99, and new trimmers starting at $229.99. Hurry in to get the best selection because with prices like this, they won't last long. Hometown Motors, your store for the outdoors at 818 Eastern Avenue.
All right. Make sure you bookmark us on your Pooters as your favorite website to go to for beneficial news that you can use. And these are just some of the examples of the latest stories that we loaded either yesterday evening or early this morning. And there's more to come here after this program through the weekend. So just because it's Saturday and Sunday doesn't mean that you don't check the site, because if there's news to be had, we got it right there. We were telling you yesterday about the Jackson County Fair activities getting underway prior to their opening on Monday. Well, ditto for the Fayette County Fair on Saturday and Sunday, with their actual official beginning on Monday. Fayette County Fair over in Washington Courthouse. And you can see there a lot of things going on. Monday, as we said, is their official opening, but they have some activities going on there tomorrow, Saturday, as well as Sunday. I think admission, they start charging that on Monday, if I'm not mistaken.
All right. Ross County Humane Society and the Ross County Dog Warden have been awarded additional funding through the Ohio Pets Grant. This funding will go directly toward helping dogs in their care to get spayed, as well as assisting members of the community who meet income guidelines and are encountered by the dog warden during their day-to-day work.
And if you don't know how this works, Pets Ohio, when you get your license plates renewed, you can just say, I'll donate such and such while you're getting your plates. And that's where this fund is created, and that's where these monies are coming from to benefit the Humane Society and the dog warden. There's a new carry-in or handbag policy that's going into effect at the Majestic Theatre here in Chillicothe to ensure a safe, comfortable experience for all guests and to help preserve the beauty and historic charm of the theater. They've implemented the new policy effective immediately. Now, small personal bags and clear bags are still welcome. Diaper and medical bags are permitted, but they are subject to inspection. No large bags, backpacks, or outside food and drink are allowed in because something apparently happened that made them come up with this policy. Yeah. So there you go if you're heading to any event at Majestic Theatre.
Join Pickaway County Community Action on July 17th for a fun-filled day of games, activities, food, and more, plus their annual school supply giveaway. School supplies will only be given to children who are present at this event, so make sure to bring the kiddos with you. Located at 469 East Ohio Street in Circleville between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. on July 17th.
Some good news for the Chillicothe Ross County Public Library. They've been selected as one of 300 libraries to participate in the third round of Libraries Transforming Communities, Accessible Small and Rural Communities. Now, the American Library Association initiative that provides community engagement and accessibility resources to small and rural libraries helps serve people with disabilities. The competitive award comes to $10,000 that will help with these needs right here at the library.
Savor the spirit of summer at the Ashville Community Festival July 25th through the 26th, hosted by Ohio's Small Town Museum. Set in the heart of Asheville, this lively gathering features a flavorful lineup of food trucks, local vendors, family activities, and a spicy collaboration with the Columbus Fiery Foods Fest. Come hungry, explore the fun, and enjoy a day filled with flavor and community.
United States Department of Energy will conduct audible testing of their public warning system on Wednesday, July 30th and Thursday, July 31st between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. at the Piketon site. Again, remember, unless there's something unusual that happens and they would tell you that they've canceled tests, but that is the scheduled test dates for Piketon.
Pickaway County Soil and Water Conservation District and County Farm Bureau will conduct their joint annual meeting and banquet August 13th at Old Barns and Dry Run Farms.
Nice picture there.
That is nice.
I don't know that I'm familiar with this, but it's amazing a lot of old buildings like this that are being kind of retrofitted for, things like this, where you can rent out for parties, for banquets, and things of that nature.
I bet you can get married there.
Well, I'm already.
Well, not you
I'm already spoken, and you've already got your plan set up. So but you're probably right. You're probably right. Give him a call and you can find out. Well, before he became known as the Man of Steel, Superman was created by two Cleveland, Ohio teenagers, Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, who dreamed up the superhero while attending high school in Glenville's neighborhood in Cleveland in the early 1930s. Now, nearly a century later, the superhero is back in Ohio in a new movie that is being released today in the city that gave him life. Superman 2025 opens in theaters nationwide today. July the 11th.
A lot of things are filmed in Cleveland. The new Superman movie. The only ones I know are superhero movies, though, because I know the Avengers was filmed there for a lot of its New York City scenes. I just think that's very interesting.
Now, the Christmas time movie, The Christmas Story, with Ralphie, that also, there's a house that is in Cleveland that was filmed. I don't know whether they just took shots of that and then filmed at a different site or a different studio or whatever, but that also. Now, if you go into that website story about Superman on our website, littermedia.com, it'll show you all of the more iconic sites in and around Cleveland that are going to be in this movie. So if you're planning on going to see the movie, check that site out first, and then as you see them in the movie, there's such and such, there's such and such. But that, again, I was thinking about going today. I think I'm going to wait till next week.
I think I'm going tomorrow.
Okay.
So I'll let you know.
But look for the theaters to be crowded this weekend, wherever you're going to see Superman. Last night's one of the networks was showing the 70s and 1980.
The Richard Donner, Christopher Reeve.
When those came out, I can remember the promotion, You Will Believe a Man Can Fly.
Yeah.
Watching it last night, I couldn't believe how hokey it looked.
I think they're really good movies, though. 1 and 2.
Yeah. 3 with Richard Pryor. I think that
3 and 4 are no good.
That was absolutely awful. So, Superman coming to a theater today. Our road report, a culvert replacement project on State Route 93, that's in Jackson County, between Clay Banner Road and Sternberger Road. 93 is closed for the duration of the project. Traffic will be detoured via State Route 279 to US 35 to State Route 32, and that project goes through this summer. Sports is coming up, a story we teased about yesterday. It's happening today. All that's coming up next on Litter Media Live. Scioto Valley Dumpsters with the orange dumpsters that will help get rid of that junk, that trash, that stuff that you want to get rid of on your property. Free estimate simply by calling Mr. Gerhardt at 253-8389, Scioto Valley Dumpsters. The Bean Foundation wants to raise awareness about suicide prevention by sharing 988. Trained crisis counselors are available to talk 24/7, 365 days a year. 988. Save the number. Save a life. To learn more about the Bean Foundation, click on this ad on littermedia.com.
Discover Ross County. From the breathtaking outdoor adventures to the historic sights of Chillicothe and family-friendly events and festivals. Explore more at visitchillicotheohio.com or download the free mobile app today.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Each week, we'll announce the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union. And in December, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Nominate any amateur athlete by visiting littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. You'll also see the players we've named throughout the year. Make your nomination today for the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union.
And coming up here in just a few moments, we will give you this week's Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual, brought to you by Homeland Credit Union, Player of the Week. That's coming up here in just a minute or two. We teased this at the end of yesterday's show. Well, today is the day. The Chillicothe Jaycees golf course is now officially reopened to normal play. And you can see the before and after. Now, the after is actually on the left. The before is on the right. That's Bermuda grass that you see that they have in the fairways. The new Tahoma 31 fairways and tee boxes are all ready to go. And now you don't have to play a bunch of par threes because you can't get on the fairways.
Right.
They have par threes still, but that was the only thing they had over the last few months. So they are recommending, highly recommending, in fact, the word strongly recommending, that you book your golf date online. Wonder why?
Probably busy.
Everybody's pawing to get out there on that Bermuda grass. I've played on that down at the beach. Have you on Bermuda grass?
I don't think so.
The kind of weather we're getting right now with not a whole lot of rain, that's what Bermuda grass thrives on. And last year with the drought that we had in July and August that just killed all the grass, that was the straw that broke the camel's back. And that's why they decided we're going to put Bermuda grass in. So it is open, golfers, the Chillicothe Jaycees course.
In Prospect League action, last night the Paint swept the Mill Rats in a doubleheader 4-0, and then again 8-0. They'll travel to Champion City tonight. And in Major League action, the Reds split their series with the Marlins at home thanks to a 6-0 win last night. And they'll travel tonight for a series. No, they're staying at home.
Home, yeah.
For a series with the Rockies.
Correct.
Guardians didn't do anything last night because their opener with the White Sox was rained out. So they'll get back in action at 3:30 today. A
doubleheader today, day-night doubleheader in Chi-Town. Now, what you've been waiting for, the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union, goes to J. June Wilbanks. He took first place in the seated shot put at the OHSAA Middle School State Meet back in May. J. June, congratulations. Of course, we know Mom Marie really well, good friend of Dan and Mike's and Aaron's, and neat to see him do well back in May, and we wanted a tip of the cap for that. If you'd like to nominate an athlete, you can send that player's name, and it doesn't have to be a high school athlete. It can be a local college. It can be Little League, summertime, and a lot of Little League players are out there in softball and baseball, track.
As long as they're an amateur athlete, they're not getting paid to play.
Right. So the email address that we're sending those to now?
littermedia@gmail.com.
So get those into us and give us a little statistical information that we'll have to go with that. Because if we get multiple nominations, we got to, okay, this kid did such and such compared to such and such. So when we come back, we're talking about literature in the year 1960. This date in history coming up on Litter Media Live.
First, we want to tell you about Litter Quality Propane, online propane monitoring and reporting. Know your home's consumption and gas remaining in the tank. Find out more at litterpropane.com.
I was looking for a first job. I had been babysitting and decided it was something for a little more permanent. It pays very well. It's convenient. You can make your own schedule with the flexibility. That's something that I like. The people that I work with are great. I wouldn't ask for a better crew or management team to work for.
Tecumseh. Fascinating. Captivating. Mesmerizing. Tecumseh.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing, download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
As a professional race car driver, I live for speed, power, and performance, on and off the track. That's why I use the Dixie Chopper, the world's fastest lawnmower. Race into your local dealership today and test drive a new Dixie Chopper.
A little culture today, literature. On this date in 1960, 34-year-old Harper Lee publishes her first novel known as To Kill a Mockingbird. Great job by Aaron Glandon on the artwork. Lee's book won the Pulitzer Prize for Fiction in 1961 and eventually selling more than 40 million copies worldwide. Gregory Peck won an Academy Award for his portrayal of Atticus Finch in the 1962 film version of this story, which also nabbed statuettes for screenwriting and art direction. I think this could get an Academy Award for artwork.
You think so?
Aaron said, what can I draw for To Kill a Mockingbird? I said, how about a book with the name written? Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
It's a good book. I've read it.
A lot of English classes require students to read. Now, I did not read her sequel that came out just a couple of years ago.
I didn't either.
Have you heard about it?
I actually heard someone that I won't name. He's a friend of the show. Mm-hmm. I was in Wheatberry Books yesterday because they have puzzles out there. So me and my friends like to go and do the puzzles. And this friend of the show came in and he was talking to one of the staff at Wheatberry Books, and he was saying that his wife read it and it was awful.
Yeah. Now, this was also written by Harper Lee, but it just never was released.
Yeah.
And I'm told by those who have read it that it would completely blow away the image that you have of the character Atticus Finch.
Yep, that's what he said.
That you got in the... So I don't understand why she did that. It's almost like she destroyed his character completely.
Yeah.
Because he's actually a racist in the second book, where that was completely not the case in the storyline of the first book. So I don't think anybody else thought too much of it either. So, but there you go. It was Harper Lee's to write, and that's what she did. But her original book, it's the one that everybody remembers. You say you're going to see Superman tomorrow. I'm going that's the plan. Sometime next week. I'll be interested in getting your review. I'll be watching next week to see what you think of Superman.
Okay.
Dan doesn't go to the movies that much anymore, so he'll probably wait for the home version to come out. I still love going to the movie theater.
It's
really
great.
do.
I love the movies.
I love the atmosphere. I like to hear the audience ooh and ah and laugh during the movies. Scary movies, that sound or scream.
I think one of the experiences that you can't replicate at home is the sound of the movie theater speakers.
Yeah.
It's just so much better than what you would get at home, even if you have a nice speaker setup.
And I've never had a bag of popcorn in my life that tasted any better than in a movie theater.
Yeah.
Or at a ball game, for that matter. So that's what's ahead for us. Dan is scheduled to be back with you on Monday. I'll be on assignment all next week. I'll be updating the website, sending the headlines in. So keep watching. In fact, we have a couple of big stories for our website, littermedia.com, that'll be coming out here anytime now. So keep watching there. And then the guys will talk about those stories on Monday. So for Aaron Glandon and Dan Ramey, this is Mike Smith saying from all of us at Litter Media Live, have a great and a safe weekend, everyone. So long.